Hey, everybody. How's it going? Welcome back to the Real Deal Podcast. I'm Kiana, your host, as always, and today I am joined by two lovely people, Sarah and Nathan. Welcome back.
Hi.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Only done podcast once, so this is exciting.
Yeah, I know. I'm really excited, especially about today's episode. And if you guys can tell by that little intro I did, a little Mickey Mouse impression, which was not the best, and my hat, it's none other than the wonderful world of Disney. I am so excited because one of my mottos I always say in life, there's two things that you never grow out of, and that's Disney and SpongeBob.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, let's get right to it. So the first thing that I want to talk about is the new Disney Pixar movie called Encanto, which is coming out soon. I think that it's coming out on November 24th, which is like a few days before or after Thanksgiving.
I don't know. I think it might be the day after. No.
Yeah, because like, you think, because Thanksgiving, I'm thinking like, I don't know, but I'll figure that out later. But like, Encanto is basically about like this family who are it says the Madrigals. They are an extraordinary family who live hidden in the mountains of Colombia in a chained place called the Encanto. The magic of the Encanto has blessed every child with a unique gift except for every child, and the main character of the film is Mirabel. However, she soon may be the Madrigal's last hope when it comes to discovering what that gift is, because the Encanto is now in danger. So, and of course, Manuel Miranda is in that movie, which I'm so pumped. He actually helped write some of the music, and I've already heard one song from the soundtrack, and it's really good. It's like da 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 Encanto. Like, it's really good. Like, and I actually heard that song because one of the performers on Dancing with the Stars actually performed it because they had a little Disney night, a 2-night special event, and they did a really good job.
Yeah, I actually heard about it probably last week, like late last week, and I'm really excited for it. I loved like Moana, which Lin-Manuel Miranda worked on. So good, and I know it's gonna be good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And side note, my shirt is also Disney, so I'm decked out in Mickey today. And another thing that I also want to go into is Disney Plus, because last Friday they actually had this thing called Disney Plus Day, where they released like content from all the like Disney and Marvel movies, and some new movies and some new TV shows have been announced. And I saw some of the content, but the thing about that content, it is backstage, like access to some of the movies of Disney and Marvel, and they actually announced some new Disney Plus shows, which I can't remember off the top of my head, but one movie that I do remember they do releasing is Home Sweet Home Alone, if that's the name of the movie. So I don't know whether or not it's like a remake or a reimagination of Home Alone, but
Yeah.
and I was like, really? They couldn't have left that one Christmas movie alone, because that's my one favorite Christmas movie.
You know that they made 5 of those.
I only knew about 3.
Yeah, I know that, but Home Alone is like,
Now, do you like the first one or the second one? What's your favorite?
The first one will always be my favorite. I mean, the second is like slowly climbing up there. So, because it's Lost in New York, and I love
Right.
New York. That's without a question. So,
Okay, for sure.
yeah.
I don't know. I haven't really heard anything like that on Disney Plus, but I don't
Yeah.
keep up with it enough.
Yeah, well, funny enough, I just got my subscription back like a few weeks ago, so I've been catching up on all the shows that I haven't watched. And funny enough, I don't know whether or not you guys have heard of the Princess Diaries.
Yes, of
I
course.
actually just watched that movie for the first time this weekend, and I just finished watching the Princess Diaries, the surprise engagement, like during lunch today.
Really?
Yeah, because I have this new goal where I'm just trying to watch movies that I haven't seen, or like movies that I want to see, and that was actually on one of my lists, and it was really good. So
Yeah, no, those are like childhood movies for me.
I know.
I love them.
I know. And going into my next question, like, what's the one Disney movie that you guys like hold close to your heart? Like, what is your favorite Disney movie?
Oh, I would say Finding Nemo. I feel like that one, I could rewatch it probably like 100 times and still love it.
I feel like anybody would.
Yeah, it's Finding Nemo. Like that's like my little icon on Disney Plus is Nemo.
What is mine? Oh, mine's is Gabriella from High School Musical because when I first watched it for the first time, I always dreamed of being her, like being the character Gabriella Montez because, she seemed so sweet, she seemed so shy, which I was at the time when the movie came out, and she was smart, she was everything that I wanted to be in high school, and still pretty much am, but fortunately, that dream didn't come to be, but I'm happy with myself, but I still love Gabriella Montez, like my favorite character of all time. Not because she dated Troy, but just because who she is as a person, like how she carries herself, so. But my movie, I have two. Mine was The Lion King. I think that was the first Disney movie that I ever saw, and it was the first DVD that my mom bought me on DVD. And, like, who doesn't love The Lion King? Like, except when Scar kills Mufasa, like that scene still scars me to this day because what kind of kid wants to see like them kill their own brother just because you want the crown? I didn't like that, but
it's funny in the live action one though.
I didn't like the live action one.
Oh yeah, the live action one sucks, but that scene's funny because they're like trying to give it like all this emotional like ethos. I think it's ethos. And he just, Simba doesn't emote at all when he's, like, screaming, so it just looks like...
Yeah, it doesn't hold to the, like, original animated one.
Yeah, that was the thing. Like, I was kind of particular in them doing a live, like, remake of The Lion King just because I love that movie so much, and I felt like, the original one can't be, like, touched when it comes to, like, remaking it or trying to, like, do a different version of it. And I don't know, like, the cast was great, I will say that, but then, like... When I watched it, I saw them take, like, parts of, like, the original, but then they changed some things. And there was one song that they did not include in that movie, and it was The Morning Report. This is the Morning Report.
Oh, yeah.
I was so mad, because I like that song. And, like, when Simba tries to, like wrestle Zazu and, like, like, being funny, so.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that was, like, wasn't in the live action. I've only seen the live action one probably, like, 2 times.
I've only seen it once. And my one and last time I will see it.
Yeah.
I mean, like, and another thing too in the live action when Timon and Pumbaa, where they're getting ready to go, like Simba decides to go back to Pride Rock to be king, and Timon and Pumbaa just decide to create a distraction, and instead of doing like the hula dancing that they did to distract the hyenas, they did a song from like Beauty and Beast where it was like and then they just ran off. That really ticked me off. Because I'm like, this isn't Beauty and the Beast, it's The Lion King. So, other than that, like, the rest of it was okay. But those were my only 2 things about that movie that I did not like. But another movie that I also grew up on was Finding Nemo, of course. That was the one movie that me and my mom would always watch together almost every single weekend. And, like, and you can't go wrong with Dory. Like, who doesn't love Dory? Just keep swimming, just keep swimming.
Yeah, I even liked Finding Dory. I know, like, some of my friends didn't like it, but I loved it. It was, I don't know.
They didn't like it.
I know, that's what I'm saying. They just didn't like it as much as, the original one. And I don't get it. It was so good.
Why? How can you guys hate on that movie? It's Dory, for God's sakes. I don't know, but people are entitled to what they think was best. But, Nathan, what Disney movie did you grow up on?
I grew up on mostly Pixar.
So Toy Story and okay.
I like Toy Story 1 a lot because Disney films have like such a like. I think this applies more to Disney than Pixar, but it still kind of does that Disney films are their own genre. But I feel like Toy Story is just as much of like a kind of tropey buddy comedy as it is like a traditional Disney film, and I really like that about it. That's like kind of like a different side of animation from the studio that you don't necessarily expect.
Oh yeah, for sure. Another Pixar movie that I really liked was Ratatouille. Loved it.
Another movie that I watched this weekend, and that's another movie that me and my mom would watch together pretty much all the time, almost every single weekend. So. Because, like, I love food. I'm a foodie by heart. I love it. So what better way to combine my 2 favorite things, Disney and food?
Right. No, I love so many Pixar movies and, like, grew up on them, Toy Story especially. I didn't like Toy Story 4, but...
I haven't seen it.
It was okay, but it wasn't, you know, I thought like they ended it up, like they wrapped it up pretty nicely in Toy Story 3.
Yeah.
And then they just added on 4.
Yeah, I kind of felt like a 4 really wasn't necessary just because, like, you know, Andy goes off to college and he gives away, like, you know, Woody and Buzz Lightyear and all the other toys that he had as a kid. And I thought that was, like, a pretty good wrap-up. So I was like, what else do you guys need to add? Because Andy went to college, so... But...
Well, you know, it's just Bob Iger or Bob Chapek or whoever the hell's running it now.
Yeah, it's
It's
Bob
just
Iger.
them salivating over the fact that they can like throw together a $5 worth of materials to make a plastic fork, and they can sell it for $20 action figures.
Well, I did see that they're trying to make a Pixar movie that's what Buzz Lightyear is like based on.
Oh, yeah.
I know,
I've
he looks
seen that.
weird. I
But then
don't
who's-
like how he looks.
Oh, and Chris Evans is supposed to be voicing that.
Yes. I'll give it a watch. You know what?
Yeah,
Like-
because he played Captain America. I mean, like, I can see him taking on another, like, you know, hero-y role, because I believe he has the voice for that. So I think that was a good choice.
Yeah. I don't know. It seems interesting, a little weird. He has hair, but like not what anyone was expecting.
I mean, we already had a Buzz Lightyear origin story. It was called Buzz Lightyear of Star Command.
Really? Was that, like, an older thing that came out, or?
Yeah, like I think it was like right after Toy Story 2. They like made a whole 65 episode series, and it was like kind of like the like Buzz Lightyear the toy. That would be like the cartoon in universe.
Mm-hmm.
Like they made a direct to video movie, and like at the beginning, Rex is like, "Oh, I got this Buzz Lightyear cartoon, Buzz, and you're in it." And so it's like really interesting.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I haven't heard of that.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
me
probably
neither.
on Disney Plus.
Yeah, I'll probably check it out. I'll look into it. But yeah, and Disney World and Disneyland. Have either of you two ever been?
I've never been.
Thank God I'm not the only one.
I went to Disney World, but I was 5, so
I hate
I don't
it.
remember.
I hate you.
See, my family, when I was like really young, they went to Disney World. Like we went to Florida and they went to Disney World, but I was too young to like go and enjoy it. I wouldn't have remembered anything, so they kept me home. And then the next time we went to Florida, which I think was the last time, we went to Universal instead. And it was like before Harry Potter, all of that was going down. So I didn't even get to experience that, and I was too short to like ride most of the rides. So John and Maggie, take me to Disney World.
Yeah, I haven't been to both Disneyland or Disney World, but funny enough, my mom has actually been to Florida multiple times, and I just remember when I was little, she went to Florida one time, but then I remember her coming back with a pair of Disney ears for me and a little DVD about Walt Disney World Resort and everything, and I just remember having those ears on and watching that DVD of the tour of the whole amusement park. Like I saw Epcot Center, I saw the Magic Kingdom. It actually made me feel like I was there, but unfortunately, I still haven't been to the real thing, both in California and in Florida. But that is still a goal that I am still working on. So, or I can just say my future husband if you want to, That's really off topic, but I've always had this vision of my boyfriend or my husband surprising me with a trip to Disneyland. So, just manifesting that out because that would just be so romantic because Disney is the happiest place on earth. You can just go there and all your troubles go away, and I don't care how old you get, it never gets less magical.
Yeah. I know that there are lines and whatever and it's expensive. I get that. But,
Oh yeah.
But I still want to have that experience,
Yeah.
you know?
I heard the best and the worst part of it were waiting in line.
Mhm.
Because kids are so excited, but then at the same time the lines are so long. Because one of my friends was like, nobody wants to wait in that line. Nobody does. But then when you get into the park, it'll be so worth it.
Yeah. I can get the little
You
fast
gotta
pass.
shell out twice the price for the fast pass.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. I've never been to Disney World, so a fast pass is that
They
You get to skip
have
the
them at
lines.
pretty much every amusement park ever.
Oh,
yeah.
I've
You
al-
skip the lines.
I've only been to Kings Island.
I don't know if they've changed it, but I remember that I actually went to Disneyland when I was 10, so I remember a little bit more in addition to the Disney World at 5. and I don't know if they've changed it since, but when we went, it was less of a pay extra and more of a come there at a specific time to be let in faster.
Oh.
So it wasn't like skip the line as so much as it was.
I'm pretty
know-
sure they've capitalized on that, and like now they're making everyone pay if they want the fast pass, and they probably only give out so many a day.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, like, you know, if people would be able to skip the line, they would. So, to all those people out there who have to win the line, I'm so sorry. But, like, hopefully you guys can, like, you know, find your way to sneak your way into it. So, you know.
You know, I'll just break my leg before I go. That way I can get like have it in a cast and like get a skip the line.
You're like, I broke my leg. Trying to be
please let me get in front of you.
Yeah, acting like Jack Sparrow from Pirates of the Caribbean, like, I broke my leg. But then, like, I also want to go into, like, the old Disney Channel because, you know, we all remember those shows that we grew up with on Disney Channel, like That's So Raven and, like,
Yes.
you know, Wizards of Waverly Place and, you know, all the Disney Channel originals, like, you know,
Right.
Camp Rock,
Ooh.
the Princess Diaries, of course, all those movies.
Oh, wait, never mind. I was gonna
Wait,
say
what were you going to say? What were you going to say?
I was like, I didn't know that was a Disney original.
Well, it was because I just remember seeing the promos for, like, you know, like when you would watch Disney Channel, they would always announce like a DCOM extra movie.
Yeah.
Like I saw that commercial and I was like, that's actually a Disney Channel movie. Like,
That's crazy. My favorite Disney Channel movies, Camp Rock, and then there was one. I'm not gonna remember the name of it now. I mean, High School Musical is a classic.
yes. I literally had a poster on my wall of the whole cast. I was so excited to get that poster. Like I was like, ugh. But then I also had a poster of Vanessa Hudgens who played Gabrielle because that's how much I loved her. But High School Musical, like, yeah, that was my favorite one. But then Camp Rock kind of snuck in a little bit.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know. Camp Rock was 1 and 2. I like 2.
Yeah. Because Mitchie and Shane finally kissed.
It's about time.
I know.
I watched the Phineas and Ferb one where they go to the alternate dimension. Like I watched it
yes.
live. That one
Mom,
was great.
Phineas and Ferb are creating a title sequence.
I liked Phineas and Ferb so much. The one episode where they get the like band together for like the parents' anniversary.
Yeah, that one was cute.
I love that one. The music in that one still slaps. Like I will still play it in the car.
The only one that I remember is when Phineas was singing and then Candace joined in. It was like, I don't remember. Is it like Gitchy Gitchy Goo?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I remember. I thought that was the episode that you were talking about, but no.
No.
And then she was like, "Oop, I'm just gonna tell."
Like there's like a librarian and they're doing like the beats like with the book. I don't know if you know, but
Nah, I don't.
I forget like the context, but I love that clip where it's Candace and she's got the scroll in her pants.
Yes.
And of
Oh,
course,
yeah.
and of course they had no idea, like this hadn't entered the vernacular in like 2009 whenever they made it, but there's just the word, it just says simp behind her and it just says it in like really big bold letters because it's short for squirrel in my pants.
And speaking of Phineas and Ferb, there was actually a new movie that came out on Disney Plus that came out last year, I think.
Really.
Yeah, they were, it's like Aliens or something, wasn't it?
Hey, you can't go wrong with aliens, so excuse me.
I do not keep up with that stuff. Like I probably should, cause I know what I would enjoy it, but
Yeah,
I don't hear about it.
yeah.
You know.
But then, like, other shows I like The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, The Sweet Life on Deck, like, I mean, I still watch those on Disney Plus, but now that I have it back, thank God, like.
I loved Good Luck Charlie.
Oh, yeah.
So good.
Another one, too, yeah.
Does anyone remember Corey in the House?
Yes.
I love that clip where he's like, there's the little, like he has his little brother and he's chasing him around with a skeleton in the, oh, okay, this sounds really weird out of context, but it's really funny. So, I forget the context, but there's a skeleton in a wheelchair that he's piloting like through an RC adapter or something. He's like doing it like an RC car and he's like chasing the brother around a like White House press conference with the skeleton in this little like old people cart.
Yeah, I
That
don't
sounds like
remember
a-
that. I don't remember that episode.
It sounds like a fever dream to me. Like I
No,
faintly
I-
remember
look
it.
Good analysis.
If we weren't recording a podcast, I'd tell you to look it up right now. Like,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like Corey in the House, like skeleton or something.
Oh yeah, Disney Plus, put that on. I mean, Disney Plus, put that on there so I can watch it. Cause like I bought like 4 episodes, but I want the whole show on Disney Plus. So get on that. But then like my favorite episode, real quick, is I guess where Raven comes and like he's dressed up as a girl and he's like, why are you looking at me like that? And then he's like, what I won't do for money. I'm like, because pretty much Corey just wants to make money since he's living in the White House with the president. So I'm like, that was a funny episode. And he always says, come on, Gina, you know how I do. So Corey in the House was my favorite. And the girl who played Sophie, Madison Pettis, like, I love her. Like, her Instagram photos are gorgeous. Like, I live to be her. Like, so beautiful. But unfortunately, we're out of time. So I want to thank you both for being here, talking about Disney and stuff, like my favorite subject of all time to talk about.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah. And thank you guys for joining in. And, as Mickey would say, well, I'll see you next time. But you know what he says. But thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we will see you guys for the next episode. See ya.